Hello and welcome back to Leaf Blower Revolution. So today we're looking at the various challenge modes in the game, and we're going to cover a guide for each one of them, as well as a progression in the order that I recommend you do them in for the maximum benefit into your main game. A quick reminder is you can run both at the main game, a challenge, the season for PC or mobile, depending on what device you're primarily using, as well as a season for the crossplay. So you can do all that at once, and it would be in your best interest to take as much advantage of that as you can. So without further ado, let's get into the challenges. The first challenge you want to do is hands only. It's not too bad, you just have to perform a big leaf crunch, you don't have any tools. So the key with this is make sure you're keeping up with your nuclear fuel, take advantage of your ALBs. This is offline and online only, so you can actually pile leaves. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me go somewhere where there are leaves. Alright, we're going to the Mythical Garden, because this is a place you may want to pile. And generally you want to pick out something, and I'm not going to do like this is a great aim. This is a great piling. So no, first we're going to do that, then we're going to go to Gameplay, and we're going to turn our ALBs off. Then the goal is to try and rake all the leaves together, and alright. Yeah, this is just not working because I have too much power. Let's see if I can get around it with my hands. If I can't do it with my hands, I'll have to find heavier leaves. Yeah, these leaves are not heavy enough. Yeah, so I need to go to someplace with heavier leaves, which... we'll try the Leaf Sink Harbor. We're almost there. Alright, so... yeah, okay, you can kind of... and this is actually a decent example of these little purplish leaves. And you kind of compile them together. And of course, I'm not going to actually set any record doing this because I have much better collection rates. But you kind of get a little pile going, and you kind of get them like this. And the longer you go, the bigger the pile gets. And then you kind of edge them towards the screen. We're just going to pretend this is a big pile, because I don't want to sit here and actually make a big pile. So we work on that, and we'll get them right to the edge of the screen. Right to the edge. I'm surprised at how strong my blower strength is. And slowly try and make a pile at the edge of the screen. And just pretend that's a nice big pile of leaves. And then go over here in like the corner. Equip a different tool. I usually use the bellows. And then boom, blow them off as quickly as you can, because the way this is computed is your fastest per second, which that was abysmal. That's nowhere near. So you also want to have a high combo and stuff too. But you get the idea. That's piling. There's a much better guide on Steam, but it's not as relevant as trading. Kind of overpowered it, but it is something you could do in the early game to kind of, set yourself up to pass the challenge and get a really good leaf per second. And once you get leaf per second, you're in really good shape. And then you can just like leave the challenge. So anyways, we're going to go back to the pyramid. I'm going to get my shovel back out. It's a nuclear shovel. And I have the dig that's the dig magnet. That's why everything goes right to me. And we're going to go back to the pyramid. So that is how you compile for the hands-only challenge. You just use your hands, make a pile of leaves, push them all off at once, and then switch and use the AFK time to catch up. So you could do that. And again, your max pile time will stay until you prestige. Prestige will basically reset it. So that is the first challenge you should do, hands only. And you got a kind of a demo of piling. After you get hands only done, I would knock out some of the real quick ones, which is our claw percent, obsidian percent. Yeah, just those two. They're basically, obsidian percent is merging leaves. It just takes a little practice. Again, it took me 2 minutes. What was the other one? Claw percent, it took me 3 minutes. So you want to get these really quick. I mean, you could do Claw percent and Obsidian percent before you started hands only. It's not a big deal. I mean, hands only took me 7 hours. So the challenge isn't that long. So after you get hands only done, I would immediately, and you might want to do these even before hands only. It depends. Right now, I would say start with hands only because we have the season going on, so you could do hands only. You probably want to do some of the longer-ish challenges first. But if you want to get something done quick, there's Speed Blower Prestige % online combo. Took me 9 minutes. A very quick challenge, and it gives you extra BLC coin percentage by 25%. Very good early game, especially right after your first BLC to pick this up. The next hardest, then it's kind of a tie between these two. But I mean, really, they're both probably the same. It's just a little slower than combo, so you could do online and then Speed Blower Prestige %. And both of these, again, give you an extra 25% BLC coins, which is a big buff in the beginning of the game. And again, all you have to do is get to gold leave, then spend 300 gold leaves. You're going to have to buy some gold fertilizer. Excuse me. But after you buy your gold fertilizer, you're basically going to immediately turn around and get enough to 300 and then buy the prestige and prestige. And it's the same thing with this. So these are very quick to do to get extra BLC coins plus 25%. That's a very good buff. So next, I would recommend Speed Blower BLC % online combo. Again, even though it's an official speedrun challenge, they're not challenging you in how fast you do it. The official speedrun challenge is just so that there's a set of criteria, so if people want to practice speedrunning, this is the criteria and this is the challenge they would do it in. That's all it is. But again, you can see that this took me 2 hours to do, and it's online combo. So one thing I forgot to point out is if it says online and online combo, you don't get the offline rewards. The regular ones, you do get offline rewards. But again, these three are so quick. I mean, I did one in 9 minutes. This 24 minutes probably could be a little bit better, but again, I would have to kind of improve my strategy, and I can't really show you it right now. And this one, I'm sure I took 40 minutes because I just started it, and I went AFK because I didn't want to deal with the beginning of the game, and then came back and just completed it really quick. So that's the thing. That's with online combo. It took 2 hours, but you can actually get to a point where you can basically let the ALBs do the work for you, and you don't have to participate. You just have to leave the game up. And it's the same thing with Speed Blower % online. Both of these, I basically got the game to a certain point and just went to bed. I just went to bed, left it up, came back in the morning, and finished it up without a problem. Now, Speed Blower BLC does let you use offline rewards, and that's, again, this is one that I did. And that's why it took longer, because I just took advantage of offline rewards. Like, why wouldn't you? And, sorry, I was looking at my trades. And finally, there's Speed Blower Revolution. I would not worry about doing this right away. This is a challenge that took me a day and a half, so that's much, much further away. My quarantine time is really short, but I think that was before the shovel nerf, because you used to just dig up the other things with the shovel. I don't know how much this has changed with the new way you do it. I'll probably run it again eventually. I'm actually working on printer maintenance. But okay, let's say you've gotten all the Speed Blower stuff done. You've gotten these done. What should you probably do next? I would say don't do... I actually started with Bingo. Bingo was a big mistake. And also there are certain seeds for good Bingo ones. I think Bingo's the only thing random on this. So one of the things you can do is fish for a good Bingo seed, and then Bingo will be very quick. It won't take you 21 hours. I started with Bingo. I don't know why. I didn't know what to pick. That's why. And because I didn't know what to pick, this is what I went with, and yeah. I honestly can't say why my all manual was so quick. Because it's just a big leaf crunch. It's big. Oh, because it allows you to have gems. So it's a big leaf crunch speedrun with gems, which is why it was so much quicker. So, okay, you've done... I would actually recommend, after you've done all your Speed Blower and this to do Trader's Crunch. Now this is a much more active challenge. It's kind of a pain in the butt. You used to be able to dig things up. You can't anymore. But what you will want to do is, once you have traded for like one of the flasks here, which is like red flask, you can then start digging them up like I showed you with Mythic Leaves, and that will help you progress through the challenge further. And I picked the wrong window again. Thank you. So again, the trade delivery duration is reduced by 15%, so that's a pretty big buff. It's good to get that. After that, I think we're going to get into the longer challenges, I think. I would probably recommend doing all manual. Again, the faster auto buy doesn't really count for anything, but you can at least get it done. If you have looked for a good bingo seed, if you have one, I would also recommend doing bingo probably before Trader's Crunch. It's hard to say. You have to actually go to the Discord and look for a good bingo seed, and because it changes every time there's an update, I don't think we have a current good bingo seed. The last one was 2762, but I believe that was before the most recent update. Let me look at the announcements. Yeah, we got an update the day after that, so that seed is no longer good. So there isn't a current good seed, and to check for a good seed. But yeah. So it is a good one though, because it's the trade global multiplier of plus 300%, which means what you trade for is you get 4 times as much, basically, for what you when you go trading. So that helps with trading. But again, you want to get a good bingo seed. Now, since I did this one first, I didn't go look for a seed. It was dumb. And there isn't currently a good seed, so you could do that one. It's hit or miss. Like, you can always check your seed first and see what it is. You do get cheese, so if you do some crafting, that could help. All right, so we covered this one. Let me look at the official, and there is a challenges guide on the wiki that kind of walks you through how to do the challenges. Actually, lift speed blower revolution way higher than what I would do. I would not do it that quick. I would do Trader's Crunch first. Okay, now we kind of get into what I would consider the uglier challenges. So we kind of covered all the easy ones. Quarantine actually is really easy, probably easier to do, but I mean the thing is the quarantine bonus, damage resistance plus 10%, isn't really that relevant for a lot of time. So it's a very easy challenge. It took me 30 minutes. The way you're supposed to do it is you farm gold leaves, you prestige, you buy the converters, then you use converters to get platinum all the way up to a big leaf crunch. So everything is based off your converters, so it can kind of take a bit. I don't know how much slower or faster it is with the shovel, because I just had the shovel and I dug, but I mean really, you only need to convert once. So if you have gold leaves and you run into the converter to get platinum leaves, once you convert to 1 platinum leaf, you can dig them up, so it really shouldn't take that much longer. But then we get into the much longer ones, like Comno. This one took me 3 days and 16 hours, and it was because basically I had no combo multiplier, and you had to get 100 million BLC. So basically what I did was I did crunches up until I could do offline crunches, and you could also have the gem upgrade of offline crunches. I wouldn't recommend getting that just for that challenge, but if you did, once you get enough crunches going and you get your offline crunches in again, it's just this buff, not the auto crunch. You can use auto crunch though, but if you want to complete it offline, you want to get at least 1 offline crunch and maybe 1 or 2 offline BLC. And if you get that, You can basically do a big BLC and just go offline and just eventually, you need to check at least once a day, but eventually you'll get enough BLC to complete the challenge. I did not enjoy this challenge at all. I found this challenge really frustrating. This is a challenge you would need to pile exotic leaves for. But again, like I said, if you complete your BLC crunch, and you just let it roll, you can just let it finish itself, basically. You don't have to interact with it anymore. Next up is Petless. You have to get 100 million whatever. You have to get 100 million of the bee leaves. And the way I did that, and the reason it took 4 days and 14 hours, is because I did it through trading. That's what I did. I just traded for the leaves because it was so much quicker than trying to get the leaves any other way. So I just traded for it, and that was fine, and that's how I got it done. And again, there is a guide in the Discord. It covers everything but World of Leafcraft and Quarantine. Quarantine, again, like I said, is really easy, but this one is not. I take that back. World of Leafcraft isn't that easy, but I did do it. So after that, I did actually go do Speedblower Revolution, I think, after that. Either after or before Petless, I don't remember. It really wasn't a big bonus, but I just did it to get out of the way. You could probably, if you're not using Auto Crunch, you could just delay this. I believe it is it's a gemless challenge, so delaying it doesn't really buy you gem upgrades or anything like that, so it is what it is. You do get offline rewards, though, so you can offline reward it, but it takes a little bit of time. That's why it actually gives you 15 medals. Then I did World of Leafcraft, which took, to me, a surprisingly long amount of time. It took almost 3 days. I heard this challenge was mostly free, but that can't be true, because you get 5 medals for completing it, so I don't know what the deal is with this. Like I said, it took me... The trick, what you're supposed to do is craft a bunch of lava leaves, because you can craft them for 2 cheese and salvage them for 2 cheese. So you can just keep re-rolling until you get a really good set of lava leaves, and that does make starting a lot quicker. But I think I screwed something up, because it really still took me a really long time. And then finally, after all that, it's printer maintenance. And printer maintenance is harder than Petless, just because it requires you to get the Leaf Tower 21. We'll talk about the Leaf Tower later. Now, the challenges I haven't done yet are F2 free-to-play. This is probably going to be the third challenge I was going to do, but it's now going to be the last challenge I'm going to do. Infertile Grounds. This is this is no seeds. So with no seeds, you basically struggle with getting the cap of leaves because how seeds interact with everything. I think I'm doing this challenge second to last. And then the only other one I have after printer maintenance is Speedblower MLC %. That is actually the next challenge I'm undertaking, and the Speedblower MLC % is the one that I was going to start the series with. Because again, it's gemless, there's no prestige rewards, but you do get offline rewards, and I will go into what all that means later. And it's because it's where I'm at in the game where I need extra MLC coins. So that's it. I've done all the challenges. So if you have any questions about the challenges, please say something in the comments. So once again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the video. If you have any questions, please say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And thank you again. I hope you have a good day.